and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
After our November meeting, we noted that we anticipated that ongoing rate increases will be appropriate in order to attain a policy stance that is sufficiently restrictive to move inflation down to 2% over time. Monetary policy affects the economy and inflation with uncertain lags, and the full effects of our rapid tightening so far are yet to be felt. Thus, it makes sense to moderate the pace of our rate increases as we approach the level of restraint that will be sufficient to bring inflation down. The time for moderating the pace of rate increases may come as soon as the December meeting.
Okay. That's a lot of nuts!
And that is a lot of nuts. It may come. Notice how they say it may come, he says. He didn't say it's definitely going to come. And that's the problem. So remember, he said almost the exact same thing the last time when they were ready to decide if they're going to raise rates or not. Remember, they're having a discussion again. Remember, they're talking about, do we go from 25 basis points? Do we go up to 50, 75? Same discussion. And finally, when they decided that they would not do 75 basis points, they'd only do 50 basis points, the market rallied 1,500 points in 2 days. But that's not happening this time. There's no follow-through this time. Because you got the wrong leadership group. You can't have the NASDAQ stocks leading. And that's what's going on. I told my members, going back to November, I think it was November 23rd. I said, listen to me. I said, they're going to, first of all, I said that this whole rally is about one thing, about bonuses. It's about Wall Street. The average bonus that they made in 2021 was a record. If you're a first or second year analyst, or you're in that kind of a tier, making 125 to, let's say, 150,000, your bonuses were 257,000. That's right, If you're making 125, 135, 150,000 with one of the big investment banks, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, you know them all. At the end of the year, you'd get a bonus of 257,000. Now the big boys on the top, the very big boys, they get 10 to 15 million. It's all about bonuses. Now that was in 2021, but this year it's not going to happen. Remember, in 2020, they had a bonus pool of 45 I think it was about $37 billion. And then in 2020 it was 37 billion, 2021 was 45 billion, and this year 2022 it's tanking. So they've been worried about their bonuses. So they had to create a rally. And they started to create the rally, remember, back in October. And they started to create the rally right at and it was just perfect time to create a rally because they're going to use the earnings season for their stepping board. So Wall Street saw the earnings season as a stepping board or springboard to get their bonuses. That's all they cared about. And that's why this market is a big fake rally. It's nothing but a short covering rally. And I told my members, I said, all they're going to do is try to squeeze the tech stocks. Because remember what drove this whole stock market rally of 1,200 points from 2008 were the tech stocks. Why? Because they could keep the yields down. They could keep the yields down 85 basis points, 125 basis points. Hell, we were just up last week, 400 basis points. When you keep those yields down, that's when the tech stocks move. But remember what happened in 2021, November, when QE, they had to stop QE. There's no more QE. It was over. Yield shot straight up. And what happened? The market went down 45 weeks in a row. The tech stocks dropped 36%. So now they're saying, well, how are we going to get our bonuses? Because the tech stocks are the leaders. You're not going to get a bonus by taking GE and replacing Microsoft or Apple. That's not going to happen. So when we hit our low, the market low in October, that's when they financially engineered the market. And remember, the first time we heard from Powell, he said the same thing because he wanted to get the rally going, right? And if you go back and look at 2018, in 2018 the Nasdaq, remember, the yields were 280 basis points. Remember, as of the day before yesterday, they were over 400 basis points. But in 2018, when that market dropped, and that was the year that they could have saved everything. They could have broken the back of inflation. That was the year, if they were responsible, they could have broke the back of inflation. They had a red flag then. They knew that the first part of January, the big red flag was the S&P dropped 10%. They lost 10% in S&P valuation in the first couple of weeks. In the first couple of weeks of 2018. And the yields went up to 280 basis points, and the market all of a sudden started to tank. And it dropped over 22% over 16 weeks because the yields were too high at 280 basis points. And then the market continued to fail, okay? And then all of a sudden it stopped. They started to lower the yields from 280. They printed money, bought treasuries, lowered the yields down to 180 from 280, and they rallied the market up 54 points. See how they do that? That's how they rig the market. This is what they've been doing. As long as you can print money, go in and buy treasuries, every time a market drops, you can turn around and engineer it to go right back up by printing those treasuries, buying those treasuries like they did in the last few weeks here, and drop that yield to 180. That's what happened. So we went from 280, where the market went down and dropped 22%, over 16 weeks of 2018, then rallied 54% off that 16-week low by dropping the yields to 180. 2020, all of a sudden the market In 2020, we went from that low of 2018, we went up to a high of 2020, and the NASDAQ yield then was 185 basis points. NASDAQ dropped 30% over 5 weeks. This is in 2020. They're calling the pandemic. It has nothing to do with the pandemic. It all has to do with yields. So 2020, NASDAQ yield, 185. Boom, drops 30% over 5 weeks. Then they said, hey, let's rally it. We got to rally it. So they printed money, bought treasuries. They dropped the yields down to 60 basis points. Not 260, not 160, 60 basis points, because they wanted to get a 122% rally, because they knew that the Fed was going to stop QE going into 2022. So think about this for a minute, what they did. They engineered that whole rally from 2020 up to 2021 by printing all this money. And this is why gasoline 65% higher than it was, and food's high, because this is where a lot of our inflation is coming from. So by 2000, when we got from 2020, the rally up to 2022, then it was over. Then the market, remember, no more QE. They couldn't engineer the market to rally again, and that's when the market went down for 46 straight weeks. It's all a rally. It's all yields. It's all about managing these yields, engineering these yields. But they're screwed now, and I'll explain that when I get back. It's just unbelievable what they do.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Merry Christmas from Phil Grandy and everyone at Phil's Gang. This Christmas, give yourself the gift of knowledge. Join Phil's Gang and navigate the market with confidence. Here's Phil Grandy.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Nobody's telling the truth what's going on here. If you could only understand that this whole rally from 2008 up to January 2022, it was a 1,200% rally. It was all fake, all driven by one thing: QE, printing of money to drop interest rates to zero. It wasn't earnings. It wasn't the companies were plowing money back into, the CEOs were taking their profits, plowing money back into their companies for new equipment to increase productivity. That's what companies did all the time. When we had unions, the labor would tell people, the CEOs, you got to put that money back in. You got to take the profits, plow it back in. And then we can produce more. And when we produce more, our wages will go up. Our standard of living go up. This is good for America. And that's why they had strong unions. I mean, obviously, the labor was looking out for themselves, but at the same time looking out for themselves, they're looking out for America. The CEO wasn't looking out for America. That's why they had a need. They had to have unions. And believe me, unions aren't perfect. That's why unions started. Because at least they could get the CEOs and force these companies to plow money back in. Or otherwise, the money would be just taken out in bonuses. So what's going on here is almost the same thing. If anyone thinks right now the market is finished, it's not going to go down anymore, that we're now peaking, inflation's peaking, everything's okay again, because now he's not going to raise rates 75 basis points. He's going to raise it maybe 50 or 25. And we had this great a Friday of sales. It's all a bunch of nonsense. Things are getting worse, not better. But it's also a great opportunity in the market if you just listen to me and learn how to sell short. That's all. I beg you every day. Learn how to sell short. I even give you a membership for 10 days that's free. Just if you don't stay with me after the 10 days, at least you learn how to short. But going back to my point, the market's not following through this time like it did last time. He said exactly the same thing yesterday. He said back in, I think it was November, the same thing. Well, I think I'm going to turn around and we're going to now start easing. Yeah, we're going to start easing now. We're going to cut our rates back. He can't do that. He's so screwed. Because that 2018 was the most important year, because that was the year that told everybody that when all of a sudden for 10 years we had a record bull rally for 10 years. And people were making a fortune. It was all tech stocks. It wasn't value stocks. It was growth stocks, tech stocks. And then January came, and all of a sudden in 2018, the S&P value dropped 10% within the first couple of weeks of January 2018. That's huge. Everybody said, what the hell's going on? Then, of course, the fake business network would lie about it. Everything's great, everything's fine. Then all of a sudden October came, then November, and then finally December had the worst December since 1931. That was the signal the 10-year rally was over. Let the market correct. Let it crash. Let's have a recession and clean all this stuff out. Take all the balance sheets, straighten them out, get rid of all the corporate debt, which is 300% more than it should have been. But no, they didn't do that. Because who controls the market? The 1/100th of 1%. They are our owners. There's 560 of them, 560,000 out of the 360 million people. And out of the 560,000 of the 1/100th of 1%, there's about 22 of those people that are active that control everything. And the asset class were making a fortune between 2008 and 2018 because inflation was starting. And the reason why the S&P went down, lost value in 2 weeks, 10%, that's huge. The reason why that happened, because of all that printing of money to create inflation that made tremendous wealth for the asset class. Because, boy, when there's inflation, their vineyards go up, their timberland goes up, their artwork goes up, their metals go up, stock market goes up, their painting goes up, everything goes up. So when 2018 came, for the rest of the market, if we had an honest Congress, if we had an honest Federal Reserve, if we had an honest person heading the Treasury, they would have said, whoa, stop. We got a problem after 10 years. Remember, QE was only supposed to last 8 months to a year, according to Bernanke. So what did they do? In 2018, instead of fixing, they said, let's drop the yields, get those yields down. Let's drop those yields down so the market will rally. And that's what they did. They printed and dropped those yields down. And the market went up, what was it, 45%, 55%? And then in 2020, they said, that's when the pandemic hit. It went up 54% from 2019 to 2020. Then they said the pandemic was hitting, the market was going down. No, the market wasn't going down because of the pandemic, because the yields were climbing back up. So the market in 2020 went down again, went down 32%. So instead of letting the market go down and crash and go into a recession like we always used to do, the asset class walks, no, we're making a fortune. Look at my artwork. Look at my vineyard in California. It's going up. No, we run everything. We are the owners. We run everything. So we had one hell of a last rally from 2020 up to January 2021. 125%. And when we got there, the yields were going through the roof now. The yields were going through the roof in 2020 or 2022. And that's when the market dropped. And we've been in this slow crash for 45, 46 weeks. Compared to 2018, which was what? I think 5 weeks, and 16 weeks in 2018, and 2020 we're only down 5 weeks. So 16 weeks, boom, we had a 54% rally. 2020, we went down, how many weeks? 5 weeks, and we had a 125% rally. Why? How'd that happen? Because all I do is print money and do their QE magic, and it goes up. But now that's all over. And now all of these rate cuts are doing nothing. Think of the rate cuts. He wants to get down from 8% to 2%. How's he going to do that? We've had, 7 rate cuts? And we're still only down 0.6%. 1% off the 8%.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Merry Christmas from Phil Grandy and everyone at Phil's Gang. This Christmas, give yourself the gift of knowledge. Join Phil's Gang and navigate the market with confidence. Here's Phil Grandy.
And thank you for listening to our show. My name is Steve Celeste. I'm the Director of Education for PhilsGang.com and the Phil's Gang Radio Show. And I just want to take this time to tell you how to join the 10-day free trial. It's as simple as going to www.philsgang.com. On the top of the site, click Get Started. On the next page, click on the big red banner for the Working Investor Plan. And that's all you have to do. And also during this time, during this holiday season,
you. Okay, Steve, please join our gang where you're going to get the truth, but you're also going to get the best instructions from, I don't know if anywhere else you can go. You get educated about the market, especially how to sell short. I mean, there's nowhere else, and nobody else can offer you a color-coded chart that tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add. And you got used to that for 10 days. And then you make your own decision. Does it really work? Does it really work? When it tells you to buy, do you buy? When it tells you to sell, that the stock is going to go back down, it warns you it's going to go back down, so you got to get out. But instead of getting out, switch your position and short it. God, if you would only do that. If you would only do that. Think if they allowed you to do that in your 401k. Think of the money you would have made shorting that 401k from January of 2022 to October of 2022. Just think of the money you would have made. You lost 27% of your 401k. That should have been all profits. But see, they don't want you to short because they don't make money when you short. So let's get back where we are. You are being told the biggest, the fattest lie. Just use some common sense. The only way they could rally this market off that October, remember, we went from January 2022, the crash began because they took away QE. No more zero rates, no more QE, no more like in 2018 when the market dropped, 20%. They rallied it up 54% by dropping the yields down, by printing and buying treasuries. No more in 2020 when the market went down 32%. They stopped it. They stopped it going down, and they turned around and they had a 130% rally. And it stopped in January 2022 when QE was all done. Think of those two rallies. This market should have never rallied beyond 2018. And that's the day I told everybody on January 16, 2018, this is it. It's over. And then they came in and dropped those yields. And then they continued to drop the yield 2020. By the time we got to November 2021, all of a sudden the NASDAQ starts going down because they announced no more QE. And the market's been going down since January to where we are today. So think about common sense. Why has the market gone down about 47 weeks? When the last crash we had, in 2018, the market only went down, I think it was 11 weeks. And 2020, the market only went down 4 weeks. So how does the market go down 11 weeks and then rallies 54%? The next one, it goes down only 5 weeks and rallies 125%. But this one's going down 47 weeks and it can't rally. I mean, don't you think something's wrong? Because what it's telling you, every rally we had since 2008 has been fake. And if you're treating the market the way you did since 2008 to 2020 to that last crash and you think everything's going to be fine, it's not. Now, here's one of the biggest problems. What did he say today? Here's what he said today. Listen to this.
After our November meeting, we noted that we anticipated that ongoing rate increases will be appropriate in order to attain a policy stance that is sufficiently restrictive to move inflation down to 2% over time.
Down to 2% over time? Hold it! We've had 16 rate cuts. 16. Let me just make sure I got it right. 3, 4, 5. That's right. 9, 10. 16 rate hikes. 16 rate hikes since 2015 to 2022. And he said, over time, we're going to go back to 2%. It's at 8%. Well, wait a minute. 16 rate hikes since 2015. You know how much we chopped off the inflation of 8%? It was 1/16. It was 0.6 of 1%. Think about that. Inflation's only going down 0.6 of 1% after 16, I think, or 17 rate hikes. So if you extrapolate that, that means it's going to take about 5 years. So the question that should have been asked at that meeting yesterday, not are you going to bring rates from 75 basis points down to 50 or 25? The question should have been, hey, you idiot, don't you understand that the rate hikes you have given us already hasn't even touched the inflation? And you're saying inflation's almost over? You can start laying up a little bit here? Listen, answer my question. How long are you going to do the rate? It's not important the size of the rates. If you bring the rate hikes up from 75 basis points to just 25 basis points, and it's going to take us 5 years, do you really realize where inflation will be in 5 years from now, you idiot? We got these damn educators that are running our Federal Reserve, that's running our treasuries. We got these academics. We got these bureaucrats. They don't know nothing. They don't know anything. They never built a business. They never met a payroll. They don't have any common sense because they don't care. As long as they flow, they just keep floating around while they're in the swamp. Float around. Then when they get out, they get $250,000, $300,000 for an hour speech. Inflation doesn't bother them. So trust me when I tell you this. If you think this market, inflation's over now, pretty good, we're getting there, we're finding it. No, we're not. Because the only reason the market rallied from October, the bottom, remember, we went from January to October, the crash, about 45, 47 weeks. The only reason we went from October 12th, 13th, up to where we are today is because they financially engineered the market to bring yields down, but they haven't brought them down that much. They only brought yields down 180 basis points. The other day, it was back up to 400 basis points. Remember, they're bringing yields down to 60 basis points. So it's not over, not by any stretch. This is just trying to make those bonuses, because they had one hell of a year last year with bonuses. They went from a $30 billion pool in 2021 to a $45 billion pool 2021, and that pool is going to be cut 25, maybe 31% this year. So this whole rally is to get their bonuses back. And when they get their bonuses, they're going to pull the bid out, and we're going to be right back to October. That's why you got to learn how to sell short. Remember, the lag in these interest rates, it's not doing it. And I never heard one person talk about how this market, the inflation's only been cut 0.6%. Why isn't somebody saying to him in the press conference, wait a minute, all these rate hikes to stop inflation, we only cut 0.6%? Something's wrong here. But nobody asked him that question. They wouldn't let me in to ask him a question, I'm sure. But we got a great opportunity, because when this market goes down or goes up, we make money because we know how to short as well as know how to buy.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Merry Christmas from Phil Grandy and everyone at Phil's Gang. This Christmas, give yourself the gift of knowledge. Join Phil's Gang and navigate the market with confidence. Here's Phil Grandy.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, okay, on October 3rd and October 14th, remember, after the market crashed from January down to the low of October 13th, I think it was, the market dropped. In 45 weeks, the market dropped about 36% in the NASDAQ. That's where they said, okay, we're going to rally the market. Now, think how they rallied the market. all the other two rallies, they had the 54% rally, and had the 1,200 point rally. They dropped the yields to 60% to get the 1,200 point rally, and they dropped the other yields from 280 to 180 to get the 54% rally. So 54%, they got a rally. 2020, they dropped it 60. The yields down to 600 basis points. 60 basis points, 60. And they got that big rally. But this time, I told my members this. I said, they're not going to be able to get this rally to hold. So here's what I want you to do. The only way they're going to be able to get this rally to run is they need to go back to the tech stocks. I said they're going to use the tech stocks to push the S&P up above the 200-day moving average. Without the tech stocks, they can't push the S&P through the 200-day moving average. And that S&P, if it breaks back down through the 200-day moving average, you're going to see everybody taking a bid out, and this thing's going to tank so fast. So I said, here's what we're going to buy. Here, I'll give you the cut right here. This is what I said. If I can find my arrow here. Okay, here we go. So the only thing that's going to push this market up is going to be big. When I say push this market up, the S&P. Remember, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the S&P from the October low, trying to move it up from around 344 of the S&P from, let's say, 3,440. They're trying to get up to about up to around 4,000, 4,008, right? And they're going to try to push. They know the more they fix this rally, engineer the rally to keep going up towards the 200-day, all the big institutions will be covering their short position on their tech stocks. And when you get to that 200-day moving average, near it, like yesterday, there's going to be an explosion in Apple, Microsoft. Here, listen what I said. This I said back a few weeks ago. November 23rd, I said this to him. So the only thing that's going to push this market up is going to be big tech stocks. So what we're going to do, as I said to you the other day, I want to make sure that you have, either you have Microsoft, make sure you got a scout on Microsoft. Notice how they're trying to push these up now, right? So make sure you got a scout on either Microsoft, make sure you got a scout on Apple, or make sure you can do the whole thing, the basket, make sure you got a scout on the Qs. And that's what happened yesterday. That's what pushed the 200-day moving average, or the S&P over the 200-day moving average. But it can't hold. That's why we're not getting a follow-through day. That's why we're down 150 points. Negative. Last time, we went up 500-600, the first day up 500-600 points, second day another 600 points. But this time, I said it's not going to work, because if they're going to have to use the tech stocks, those stocks right there, Apple, Microsoft, and boy, they exploded yesterday. They went up 6-7%. Why? Because as the S&P got near the 200-day moving average, those stocks started to, all the big institutions covered their short positions on Apple and Microsoft, just like I said they would. And I said, and that will start the S&P, all the tech stocks in the S&P. Remember, the S&P has a whole bunch of tech stocks. The S&P has Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Google, and NVIDIA, and Tesla. So if they can push up Apple and Microsoft and Google, and that's when we started to buy them early, I said that will kick in those tech stocks that make up the S&P, and they'll break through the 200-day, but it won't last. And those stocks went up yesterday 6-7%, and everybody's sitting back waiting for a big rally today. And just as I said, it wouldn't happen, and it didn't happen. We're down 173 points. But that's not going to stop them. They're going to continue to try to rally this market to 5 days before Christmas, because what happens then? 5 days before Christmas, that's the Christmas rally. And they'll juice the market again, and they'll be using the tech stocks. They're going to keep trying to drive down the yields. But today, the yields are at 352 basis points. Remember when they got those rallies, the yields were at 180 basis points and 60 basis points. The last big rally we got in 2020 during that pandemic, after it went down 32%, then it rallied at 124%. Remember that the only way they could get that to rally is to buy enough, have QE and buy enough treasuries to drop that yield down to 60 basis points. Today we're right now at we're at 300. The yield right now is at 352 basis points. How are you going to get this market to hold? They're trying to use the tech stocks to push this market up. Those yields are too high. That's why the market crashed since January to where we are today. But you got to get ready you always got to be prepared when the market's going to go down. Why these guys are screwing around. Remember, these guys are gangsters. These guys are, I don't care. Congress, the Oval Office, okay, the Fed, the Treasury, they're gangsters. They're not on your side. They're not there to help you. They're not there to help you. Well, they're talking about they're talking about how they're worried about inflation. Hell with inflation. How about the financial instability we have right now? And you can see that when they're trying to manipulate the yields. There's the guy's sitting there like having a lever. He's got the yields. I'm going to push him up. I'm going to push him. Oh, let me see if I can push it back up. See if I can push it back down. And the Federal Reserve is secretly printing money. And then everybody believes what these guys say. Everything's going to be just fine, okay? Everything's going to be just fine.
I mean, you even suggested to me on Overtime within the last week that we might get no landing, right? That the economy is so good that it just keeps humming along.
Yeah, it's just so good. It keeps humming along. And what people don't realize, I wish I was on a show. I say, really? Humming along? How's it going to hum along when we're down 36%? And the NASDAQ that was leading this whole market since 2008, we're down 36%. Yields were at 360 basis points. And the only way that tech stocks go back up if yields were at 75, 80, maybe 185. So you're depending on the tech stocks to move this market up to get through the 200-day moving average in a hole. Now, they're going to have to move this market up to around 14 on the S&P, and they're not going to be able to do it. Oh, they may do it. I mean, they'll do anything to get this because they want those bonuses. So they're going to try for about 420, okay, 420, okay, or 4,200. 4,200. That's what their goal is. 4,200. That's their goal. They're at 4,007 right now, and so they got to figure out how can we move this up? How can we move this up? Well, can't we get the yields down? How are you going to get the yields down? You're going to go and print more money? Aren't we fighting inflation? I thought we were supposed to be fighting inflation. The reason why all that printing of money contribute to our 40-year inflation. 40-year high inflation, including all these stupid social programs, but it's the printing of money is what led us into this mess. And then the debt. Now you got people, the only way people are buying stuff, they're telling how great Black Friday was, man. Boy, Black Friday was terrific. Really? People are buying, their credit cards are tapped. They're trying to get other credit cards. And their cash out refis. Remember, their cash out refis went up 42%. Since 2020. In 2020, they only had 152 billion cash outs. 2021, it went from 152 billion to 1.2 trillion in 2021. We're in 2022, and the numbers haven't come in yet, but it's going to be well over 1.2 trillion. That's how the consumer is out Christmas shopping with Santa Claus. That's what he's doing. That's how he's buying presents and stuff. Wait till February. So if you want to be on the right side of the market all the time, and where you want to be in a position where you don't care if the market's going up or the market's going down, because you'll consistently be in that 20% group who makes money consistently. 80% of people lose money. Now, if you want to be in the 20%, go to my site, philsgang.com right now or tonight, where it says Working Investor Group. It says Get Started, click on. And also for the people who don't want to do that, then during this crisis, every morning what I do is free. Go to my YouTube channel every morning where I tell you exactly what the stock market is going to do that day and what it's going to do in the future. Nobody else is doing that for you. It doesn't cost you a penny. All right. Remember, listen to me on my podcasts, okay? YouTube, Rumble, Apple, Facebook, and SoundCloud. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.